All right, so now we're going to move on to the stat game brought to you by Omer Madari. Woo! Go Sens!
Okay. Okay, I have a pretty a fun stat game today.
It's going to make no sense, but
It's
That's what you
kind of
always hear.
it's kind of Leaf related, but it's also
Yeah, because we're Leafs fans.
not Leaf related in a way. So
Both things can't be true.
the the funny the funny thing is over 15 years or 20 years, whatever it is now, it's always been like every time I watch a game on the broadcast, they're talking about a player who's playing against the Leafs who loves lighting it up against the Leafs because all players seemingly love lighting it up against the Leafs. This player has 30 points in 4 games versus the Leafs. That player has 80 points in 10 games versus the Leafs, you know? So it's like every time players love lighting it up against Toronto, especially in Toronto, right? Like Ovi comes to town and Crosby comes to town, and these guys love playing against Toronto. Or like you have a rookie who's playing his first game. If he's playing against Toronto, he's going to get a hat trick. Or you have some third liner who doesn't score at all play against Toronto, and oh, he has a hat trick, you know? So it's always like a running joke with the Leafs. So I thought, let's go to a reasonable amount of time and pick top 5 current NHL players who have the most points against the Leafs. I'm gonna go with a time frame of between of the last 10 years. So from the 2013-14 season until now. Who would you think top 5 scoring against Toronto? All points.
Uh, Crosby,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
talking to you, bro.
whoa. I'm thinking one of the players on the third league soccer team.
Thank God,
Crosby.
back to the third league soccer.
No, okay. Realistically, it's probably Atlantic players for a good chunk of them
Yeah,
because they
but I don't
play
think
them
it's
more.
because if we did this from like 05-06, I'd probably
So,
be
like,
with.
if it's
Are
it
these
could
I
be
was
like
gonna do it.
Marsh
I was gonna do
or
it 0506, but 0506, 3 of 5, it's like you sleep until say them. Like it's so easy.
Are these all active?
All these players are currently active, yes.
So I'm thinking like Marsha.
Hmm. I don't think it necessarily has to be Atlantic.
No, I know, but I'm saying it would make more sense if they're Eastern.
I mean, Eastern, yeah, for sure. I don't know if there's going to be any Western players on this, unless the only player I could even consider in that is McDavid, but he has only played him like 20 times or something like that. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess Marshall.
Well, we could
Even
include
Pasternak.
Canadian division year too.
Oh, true. Oh, then McDavid could definitely be on there.
Mm-hmm.
How many strikes do we have, by the way?
Let's do 3.
Okay, that means we haven't said the player because he gets a lot of strikes.
So
Don't
who's
infer without knowing.
I do feel like the Canadian division thing does throw a wrench into this.
mm-hmm.
Is there any auto players that can be on this? No, definitely not, actually. Yeah. Since 2013-14, all the ones that would be on this are retired. Or like, ooh, Carlson.
Could be.
Could be. That could be a later option.
I need one guess at least by now. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Let's throw someone out.
Marshawn,
Sure.
you said him. All right.
But Brad Marchand.
Brad Marchand is number 3 with
Okay.
38 points in 35 games.
I think Pasternak's been around for that long.
He
And
was
he
20,
torches.
he was 2015 draft, no?
I know, but I think he could still have lit him up enough.
Okay, let's say they play them 4 times a year.
Do we think Derek Forbert would be on this list?
Yeah. Derek Forbert.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys are actually guessing, or was that a joke?
Want to see if he would bite. But let's just
Um,
make sure he's not on the list, right? Don't give us a strike on that.
Chop.
I'm saying nothing.
All right, so Derek Forbert might be on the list still.
What about like Kucherov or Stamkos or something?
Ooh. I can see both of them on here. I think there's a lot of players that just score against the Leafs, so it's kind of hard to decipher.
I'm just trying to think of people who have been in the Atlantic Division the entire time.
Stamkos. No, but Stamkos did have injuries though. That's my thing with him.
So maybe Kucherov?
Kucherov, I think, more. But Stamkos could be on here still.
Or Barkov?
No, I don't think Barkov did enough in the start of his career.
Shane Pinto?
I was thinking more Zach McEwen.
Giroux?
I was thinking Drew, actually, just in general.
East
Because
his entire career and in Ottawa.
Yeah, Philly, Florida, and Ottawa. So I think I still think that Giroux, Ovechkin, and Crosby could be on this. I think Malkin could be on this, but Malkin was injured, so maybe not. So those three, I think, could be on here.
I guess last time it's your turn. You take the reins, little guy.
Kucherov.
Kucherov is number 2.
All right.
39
Beautiful.
points in 30.
That was my guess. You have to go again.
Crosby.
Make the final decision.
Crosby.
You're going with Crosby?
Crosby.
Crosby
He's scrolling.
is not on the list.
Yeah.
Well, not in the
He's
top
on
5. He's
All
ninth.
right. I'll get this
Right.
back on the road.
Yeah, Ovechkin definitely isn't on there.
That's strike 1.
Who was I saying? Or we said Eric Carlson. We said Giroux. Or would Giroux be on there?
Pasternak. That was the other one we said.
Pasternak.
I should have guessed Pasternak. I think I'm more likely than Crosby, actually.
Which of those ones do you think?
Between who? Giroux, Pasternak, and
Carlson or... Honestly, I could see Eric Carlson being one of them.
that's your boy, bro. You want to guess him? Guess him.
Eric Carlson.
Eric Carlson with 35 points
He's on there.
in 30 games is number 5.
Nice.
Wait, how many did Marchand have?
38.
38.
I got the games mixed up there. To be
So
fair,
missing 1 and 4.
I brought Carlson up, and you brought Kucherov up. So technically, I'm giving
So you
myself
need
Carlson.
1 and 4. Yep. 1 and 4, and you have 2 strikes. So
Pasternak has played 30 games against
in
the
a good
Leafs.
position here. Don't screw this up.
Pasternak has played at least 30, 35, and he scores every freaking time.
Okay.
David Pasternak.
David Pasternak with 32 points in 26 games is number 8. That's strike
Because he
2.
hasn't played 30 games. Okay, I'm not guessing anymore. That's all you.
All right.
We need
strike
1 and
left.
5 or
I
1
need
and
those
4.
two. 1 and 4.
Giroux, Stamkos.
Drew could be number 1, honestly. I can't
Yeah.
think of who should be number 1. Did McDavid play against Toronto enough times?
Or did he just light them up a lot?
But you were right about the Canadian division, though. How many games did they play that year against them? 9?
Well, I know something like that. I know Ottawa, like
There was
Leon and
21
him both,
points.
yeah, like 20 something. So let's say they got 15 each against Toronto, hypothetically.
Yeah.
And then for every other year from 2015 to now, they play them twice.
Yeah.
Let's say average is 1.5.
He could be on it, bro. He could be 5th. But I'm not going to say him.
He's not fifth. We
Carlson
have
is 5th.
4th. Does he have more than 35? 35 points is a lot.
35 points is a lot, but he does have a lot of points. Isn't Ovechkin like one of the they scored against Toronto one of the most?
I think he is the most. But I think that's if it was 056, I'd guess him.
If it was from 0506, he's number 1 on the list.
Yeah, because that every single thing that he's talking about with the TV screens or whatever, every time there's a cast for a Toronto game, he's won.
Yeah. And Ovechkin,
think Backstrom
Ovechkin,
is like around there.
Ovechkin from since 0506, Ovechkin has 75 points in 57 games for Toronto.
Claude Giroux.
Claude Giroux with 35 points in 31 games is number 4.
Oh,
Technically, he's 5th and Carlson is 4th, by the way. That does make sense because he's played less games. Carlson's played less games.
Yeah, true. It's a 1 game difference. I don't know why.
Carlson's 35 points in 30 games against the Leafs. What the f-
Yeah, he should be fifth actually. I don't know why he's
Who's one? Is it Ovechkin still?
yeah, number 1 is remaining and you have 1 strike, so you know, 1 shot at it.
I can't die by Ovechkin, bro. Poor guy's been through it this season.
Stamkos.
How many of Ovechkin?
Or was someone in like Montreal for a really long time and left?
Ovechkin's only played 57 games against the Leafs.
I don't have the stat up here when I was looking at it earlier. So if I'm off by games by a bit, maybe, but I don't know right now. I can check actually.
Because from 2013-14, he must have played at least 30.
Okay, 05, I'm looking at it right now. 05, 06.
He's
Yeah,
had multiple.
games played 57.75, 42 goals, 33 assists in 57 games.
Because when the Southeast Division was a thing, I'm pretty sure they played less. But I could be wrong about that, to be fair.
NHL.com stats has him at 57 games versus the Leafs.
I don't know. I'm not going to say Ovechkin, but he could be one.
Okay, so Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto doesn't count. Then Florida, Tampa, Boston, Buffalo, Detroit. I think it has to be Stamkos.
Does Stamkos have more points than Kucherov, though?
Well, maybe it's like he's from Toronto. He always lights it up there. I don't know. Like, unless it's McDavid.
That was like I was going to
I
say.
can't think of anyone else.
I think McDavid is out of the question.
Or it is Ovechkin. And
I think it's Stamkos, Ovechkin, or Stamkos or Ovechkin. Watch it be like Victor Hedman or something.
Or it's actually like Brady Tkachuk.
Thomas Plekanec.
It's Austin Matthews.
Who's in, like, I can't even think of anyone else that would
Okay.
be.
Steven
Stamkos.
Stamkos.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Steven Stamkos,
No.
number 1.
Is he actually?
41 points in 31 games.
Wait, how many games did Kucherov play?
Kucherov has played 33 games.
Oh, so he only missed the 2.
Wow.
Where's Ovechkin?
In the list since 2013-14, Ovechkin is 13th.
Okay. So it must have been an early career torched him.
Yeah.
Sufi, get in
How's
the
that?
backpack.
How high is Gino?
Gino was number 2 in the 05-06 to now list.
Oh, wow.
But right now, Gino is
Wait.
Gino is not even in he's 15th.
So in the 05-06, you said 3 of the players we would have had a hard time getting.
No,
Ovechkin-
I said 3 of the players you would have got in your sleep.
Oh, okay.
Which
'Cause
is-
it'd be Ovechkin,
Which is
Malkin,
in
Crosby.
order, Ovechkin, Malkin, Crosby. And then the other
And
2
then-
players you would have probably got to pretty easily. Stamkos is already 1 at 5th. And then all you would need then is number 4, which is, you can take a guess now. I'm pretty sure you'll get him.
Bergeron?
Exactly.